Hello, gamers. We are live. Hello. There we go. Let's post that. Get this on the socials everywhere. And there we go. Okay, cool. All right. Let's get the music going. Hello. There we go. Okay. And pay my entry fee. And then we'll wait for folks to show up. If you're watching YouTube, list is fully the same as it was in the previous stream. Trophied with it, so I'm just gonna keep. I'm just gonna keep it. I don't really. I might change around a card or two between now and. Oh my god, it's in a week, isn't it? Yeah, next Monday is when we have the upcoming banner restricted announcement. Something's probably gonna change. I think the main deck containment priests are pretty good if you're trying to beat the expected winners metagame. But I'm not going to think about it too hard between now and then because stuff's going to change. However, I will be thinking about it pretty heavily after that because I actually am going to be going to a pretty big tournament in New York City basically 2 weeks after the BNR. The 90s MTG Legacy Open is happening on July the 13th. I will be going to that, and I'm going to have to get some kind of list together. And always a little tricky to prep for unknown paper metagames 2 weeks after a banner restricted announcement, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure I can do it. I've done it before. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Goodness. I am tired, but I'm not that tired. Goodness. Yeah, the biggest thing I think I'm looking forward to, assuming that stuff does get banned, assuming that something happens in the BNR, is just like getting to play anything other than Leyline of the Void. Because it would be nice to play more fairies or even more surgical extractions. In a world where you don't have to play like Leyline and Cage and nothing else because of oops. I think that's what I'm most excited about. Again, speaking fully hypothetical, we don't know what's happening, but you would be surprised how many random matchups it's just nice to have surgical against. And I find it sad when metagames like this just make surgical kind of unplayable. Hopefully I don't need multiple containment priests though, because I only own one right now. But who knows? Maybe I'll just have to order another one. Yeah, again, who knows? Nothing has changed yet. We will see. But I am looking forward to it regardless. Friend of the stream, XJ Cloud, actually, he's been big on Dual Commander ever since it moved over to Moto. And he just won a challenge yesterday with Cloud. And his deck looks really fun. There's a chance I'm going to play it one of my streams between now and the BNR. Because I've always thought that like singleton deck building was like pretty cool, but it sucks that the only like really played singleton format is Commander, and I really do not like Magic outside of a 1v1 format. I know the Canlander and stuff exists too, but But yeah, I might just try playing his list either this upcoming Thursday or Sunday because it looks really fun. Um, he's been doing really well with Felia too. Only switched to Cloud very recently, and I don't know, just looks fun. Might try it out. But anyway, um, hey, there he is. Congrats on the challenge win again. Cloud does look very fun though. I, I don't think this is why, but it would make a lot of sense if Cloud was just better than Felia, and so I never had to play Felia for real. As noted, Felia can't stand her. But casting Stoneforge, I can cast a Stoneforge. All right, we're getting into it. I forget. Were you? I think you ended up. The answer ended up being no. Were you playing Trailblazers Torch in your list? Because I really want the answer to be yes, but I'm guessing that it was not. Damn it! I was really hoping. I have cast Skull Clamp. It's yeah, that card's pretty fucked up. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense that Skull Clamp is just like it's everything you could ever want out of the initiative without the risk of putting the initiative into play. You know, those are three of my favorite equipment. What are the rest? It's just like swords mostly, right? I am guessing like Sash is in the list, but mostly just swords of X and Y in addition to those. Yeah, okay. I'm a big Sword of X and Y enjoyer, so Masterwork that's the copy and equipment in play one, right? It's like it like clones and equipment. Yeah, yeah. I think I remember that because I remember thinking it was really cool when I looked at what is it? It was in the Commander Precon that had Containment Priest in it originally. So I got to look at a lot of really cool equipment cards that they printed in that. It is very good with formal wear, huh? Hey Erika, what's up? How's it going? God, that sounds real fucking good, honestly. How much does Masterwork cost? Is it 3? But it costs 1? Oh shit. Hold up. Oh my god. You telling me I can Urza Saga for Masterwork of Ingenuity? Hell yeah. No, Isolated Systems got a couple trophies. I wonder what he's up to. Come on, let's go. Let's get in here. All right, I'm over it. Let's try it again. You canceled Q because you're a coward. All right. Didn't realize it was like that. You afraid of me? Got his ass. There we go. ZCK. I feel like we've played against this person recently. Or at least I've seen the name recently. This hand is very mid. Yeah, JR's an Ancient Tomb, big Ancient Tomb enjoyer. I don't know. I feel like that lines up. I mean, he did also play a lot of initiative when white plane was legal. Let's be real. Let's be fair here. I also think that's very true. You have showed me way too many Ancient Tomb planes lists that look so bad. I'm gonna try this. It might just be too slow on the draw, but hopefully my opponent's doing something where Thalia is good. And if not, then we'll just solitude them away. Polluted Delta, huh? Oh. Okay, so Thalia is good, but it's too late. Got it. All right, what? Okay, it is just Doomsday. Okay, cool. You're gonna ponder it. Oh my god. Interesting. Yep. Getting turn one Doomsday just makes sense. I feel like against the basic islands, I really can't do anything here. They put an LED in the pile, so could be a deep analysis pile. I don't really think I have like any outs though. They don't have a card in hand. I guess if they like needlessly go, if I draw swords and they needlessly go for an imperfect pile or whatever. Yeah, I needed that. I needed to be on the play with that Thoughtseize. Mill, deep analysis, play LED, crack it for blue, deep analysis, draw land. Yeah. Yep, I had 0 interaction at all points there. Got it. Okay. We'll get some flutes in here, and that's probably it. Oh, yeah, deafening silence. Flutes and deafening silence. Cut to. I might want to get something or something other than Phantom Blade. Let me see here. I don't want to cut too much removal because I forgot to look at their exile pile because I was checked out. But I assume they still have Tameo, or that they have Tameo in their list, so I don't really want to cut very much removal, which means I think I'm good just leaving it at this. I probably want Emperor. Yeah, that's fine. I guess I probably would rather have Emperor than Tamer Priest, yeah. Okay, this looks quite a bit better. And they're mulling to 6. Yes. Shut up. Hey, I'm winning this game, I think. I shouldn't say that. It's too early, but my opponent's mulling to 5 and I have a Thoughtseize start. So I am feeling good about my chances to win this game. Force of Negation pitches a Brainstorm. This is so fucked up. Are you kidding me? Force Thoughtseize Doomsday. Okay. Do I want a Thalia or do I want a Bowmasters? I think I want a Thalia. Just mulligan to the perfect 5. Yeah, makes sense. Look, I have had enough Doomsday players just like I don't want to say make piles wrong. I think I've had enough situations where they just like try to play around too much and then they just like don't actually effectively beat the stuff I can do. So I also think specifically Thalia into like a wasteland has a really decent chance of getting there, depending it obviously depends on what their pile is, but like I think Thalia into Wasteland is really good against like the fancy piles, like the one that they did last game. Um, it's obviously not that good if they just go like Street Wraith, kill you, but like, you know, we'll see. And I will actually look at their exile pile this time. This is the part where Force of Negation definitely needs to have a clause where you can only use it against people doing bullshit. I also could just draw Disruptor Fleet. There's also that. Okay. Okay, this is not a Tameo build, or at least actually no, I guess I knew it wasn't a Tameo build because it's usually personal tutor is what gets cut for Tameo, right? So I think I actually knew that they were not on that. They did board in some Bowmasters though. I see 2 Street Wraiths in the discard, so it's probably not that. There is the deep analysis is exiled, but the LED is not. So it looks like they're going potentially for something fancy that Thalia will be good against. One, two. I only see 3 Dazes exiled, but they might just not have the full 4 in the deck. Or I just can't see it. Hard to tell. They're both possible. Okay, I mean, how many Underground Seas got exiled? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so certainly likely to have a cavern in the pile. Okay. See, this is folks, this is why we don't concede. I'm pretty sure Bowmaster them into Skyclave their LED might just be game. I don't want to say that for sure, but it sure looks possible. See, this is why you don't concede. I know that there are definitely situations in really long games where I maybe should concede and don't. The nice thing about Doomsday is that if you don't concede, you're wasting like a minute, right? You're gonna like they don't take long to kill you. So I guess depends if you count in the time it takes to resolve a Doomsday. I get that that's part of it too. But look, that's just do I play against much faster Doomsday players or do you just have less patience for it? I don't say that as a slight. I totally understand having no patience for Doomsday players, but and it could certainly be both, but yeah. I could kind of tell you had no patience for it when when you did that. It was this, I don't remember if it was like a charity thing or whatever when you played that Doomsday League, you were just like the most miserable I've ever seen you. It was really bad. I remember telling you all the ways you were making piles wrong, and then you were like getting a little bit suspicious about how easily I was pointing it out. Got to know the enemy sometimes. Okay. You were begging them to counter it. It was so funny. Turn one brainstorm, eh? Okay. That is what I wanted to see. All right, bummer. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, has been milled. I think I'm just gonna sorcery speed Bowmasters here. Yeah. Next turn I can double therapy. Interesting, interesting. Ooh, all right. Well, let's start with therapy. I'm just gonna name Doomsday. Okay. Resolves. Very happy to see you casting that. Okay, Barrogoyf. Okay, they're just going. They're boarding a lot of creatures. Okay. Well, I can't really deal with either of these creatures, huh? Probably my best bet here is I can flashback therapy on the Murktide, wasteland them, and then next turn I can Stoneforge for Cauldron. That seems as good a plan as I see. All right, get rid of Murktide. I always forget to clear this out first. Okay, so the hand is, yep, Ponder, Delta, Barrogoyf. Wasteland them so they can't cast Barrogoyf this upcoming turn. Man, it's just so nice knowing what's in my opponent's hand. Discard spells are based. Thanks for showing me what you got off the Ponder, too. Yeah, the creature plane is just bad. It's just really bad. It's not that deep. It's just bad. It's so much more likely that, like, I can't even... You have another Bowmaster? Yeah, sure. Right, like, we literally... Like, you have to assume that I have, like, 10 cards that I can board in versus you to, like, be in a world where I'm cutting my removal. It's, like, basically unfathomable. Or, like, at least my removal count is so low that, like, you can get away with just Barrogoyfing me or whatever. But I literally cut... Phantom Blade is the one removal spell I cut from my deck. I don't think I want a second one. It gets me a formal wear, but I don't really have anything in my graveyard that matters. Yeah, I want something better than that. I mean, I would like a removal spell. Would be nice, actually. Okay, Cauldron Blocker. Okay, you got it. Let's surveil again. No, thank you. Do they even... I wonder if they even have a card in their deck that can deal with the Cauldron. Well, this is unfortunate for me. Not the time I want to be flooding out a little bit. I have like 15 removal spells for Barrogoyf that I can draw. They're still not even attacking. That's probably right. It's just funny. They're probably very confused about this right now, but whatever. I have 3 in my deck. What do you want? I'm doing my best. There we go. That's more like it. Have I? I'm really not paying attention. I have to assume they have Thoughtseize in their deck, but we haven't actually seen one. I won't bother risking it right now. I am so smart. I'm so smart. Too easy. Imagine Yorion being in my hand right now. They have another Bowmaster. Yep. You got it. Yeah, literally every time I think that my Yorion might not get sniped, it does. So anytime I think about it, I usually am like, I'm not gonna buy Yorion unless I have to, or my opponent has cast the first Thoughtseize since I've thought about this. That's my usual MO. And it's worked out pretty well for me so far. Cool. All right, I'll go ahead and fetch. Oh, can get a Murktide region. I don't actually really have anything here. I guess I would Containment Priest anyway, so it doesn't matter. Probably playing it just to exile stuff they might want to put into their pile. Or I guess I can do card types for Barrogoyf too, is the other part. Okay, yeah, so I will go for... Yeah, there's a million lands, creatures, sorceries, and instants. So I'm just going to start with Jace as the only planeswalker. Also conceivably a card they would put into their pile. Not likely, I don't think, but I can literally imagine it. Okay. What am I getting this time? I will get... What is... There's a trillion lands. Sorceries, we have 1, 2, 3. So I guess I'm going for sorceries. No, there's 4. I still think 4 might be the next lowest. Yeah. We are just going to attack with Cauldron and then untap it here, basically. And I'll get the Stoneforge. Stoneforge for... I guess it has to... Embarrassingly, it can only be for formal wear, but hey. Maybe it'll come up. Yeah, sure. Okay. That's more likely. I sure do remember the old Yorion Sea Priest roulette. I remember I think got to file for comp like 3 times off of that bug. At least twice, maybe not 3, but definitely at least twice. My favorite part is that they just like wait, what? It's not fixed? It got unfixed? It's fucking back. No. What the fuck? This can't be real. There's no way this bug is back. Can someone clip that? I need to send this to Daybreak. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh my god. No fucking way. We were just talking about it. Oh my god. So the bug, so there for a long time, and apparently currently, is a bug with Yorion and Containment Priest. The way that it is supposed to work, when you play Yorion, as long as Containment Priest is one of the creatures that you blink, you can safely blink any of your other creatures. They will not be exiled by Containment Priest's static effect because Containment Priest's static ability is not in play at the time that it matters for your creatures all to come back into play, is the long and short of it. What happens on Moto, or happened for a while and apparently is back, is it is just kind of like completely random the order that Moto puts the creatures back into play. So sometimes it'll just be like, oh, we're going to put the Containment Priest back into play first. And now the static effect is in play for all of the other creatures that come in. But it's completely random. You have no control over what Moto does in that scenario. So that's cool. Um, so I think here I'm just I think I'm just attacking with Yorion, I think. Attack with Yorion, play. Yeah, I just don't want them to gain a single point of life, basically. That is currently in my MO. And with Cauldra and Thalia to block here. Yes, right, yeah. I was getting there. But yeah, now this upcoming turn, we just get to move Cauldra over to the Yorion, and they're dead. Oh no, we're getting Murktided. This is just so many creatures. It's actually really lucky for them that they have drawn so many creatures to my so few removal spells, and I'm still going to win this. Very likely. I don't want to say that I'm going to, but it's looking good for me, you know? Skyclave is a pretty good draw. I think, what do I want to do here? I can Skyclave a Barrogoyf. I can attack with Cauldra. Caudra's probably my best attacker. Get a Barrogoyf out of here. Go to combat. Exile. I can now exile a sorcery here and make the Barrogoyf a 3/4. I attack with the Cauldra. Murktide, I can just take 7. Barrogoyf, I can block with Thalia and bounce. Okay, you're not winning not attacking. I don't know about that. Might as well. I am low. It's not nothing, but... Oh, okay. Yeah, take Dark Ritual, I guess. I guess maybe the reason not to do that is for card type reasons. I can still get sorceries out of there, though. All right. That goes back to me, 3/4 attack just with Cauldra again. Oh, exiling Thoracle in hand would be pretty sick. There we go. I can't believe they boarded into that many creatures on the draw, especially. Or sorry, or on the play, right? Like on the play is when you want to just be doing your combo stuff. All right, thank you for this clip. I gotta go. Gonna have to... Literally just gonna open up the MTGO forums right now. Let me do a quick search. I want to see if someone has brought this up again. No, it doesn't look like it. All right. Right? Oh, how the fuck is this back? Like, this like can't be true because we've done it so much. But like, it's funny how they never actually reported that they fixed it. It just like seemingly went away. So like, were we just lucky enough for 2.5 years straight that it never happened to us, or did it actually just come back? I don't know. But like, what the fuck was that timing? All right, I gotta. I'll keep this. I'm gonna have to get the game ID for that, huh? Right. 1 second. I just want to get this now while I'm in here. That was this one. All right, there we go. Back to the game. My opponent mulled to 5. Interesting. Ah, that's what's happening. Got it. Wasteland? Fuck off. Candelabra? Okay, okay. 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 Okay, well... Now you have to draw lands to even cast the coding. So I've got that going for me. Get fucked. Got him. Oh, no, I forgot that turns on Metalcraft or Workshop. That sucks. We might make it through this legitimately, though. Like, coding only really works if I don't already have stuff on board, and I have plenty of lands, so... Oh, shit. I was supposed to flash this in. I'm dumb. That was bad. That was very bad. I just forgot to tap it for mana. So this card should totally be dead. Untapping Monolith, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. All right, post thread. Containment. All right. Tapping for mana. There we go. All right, the Thalia is useless, but no, don't. Just don't. This is why you're not really worried about the... Yeah, yeah, to a certain extent, I sort of get that perspective on it. For me, it's mostly just like I am so sick of them printing that kind of thing that I really want it to be bad more so than I think it's going to be good. That's where I come from, at least. Interesting. They didn't. They didn't egg mill with forge, but then also didn't cast anything off of it. What does that mean? Because it could have cast a One Ring without even paying a life. I think I'm just going to recruit for a Lauren is where I'm at. Urza Saga is probably the worst thing that could happen to me here. It's Lauren or Skyclave. So they did draw, and then now they're exiling. So what's up with that? So it was Karn on top. Okay, so I need to draw a land off the top. Assuming I'm dead, I should have septics. Okay. Nice. Never didn't have it. Get the ensnaring bridge out of here. Attack Karn, attack them. Obviously still a lot of ways this goes poorly, but that was a good start. There's an Urza Saga. All right, I can burn clock. I'm gonna keep writing my Scry 9, very normal number. I'm getting latticed? Yeah, cool. I know this is great content. I'm just going to let my opponent waste clock killing me while I write up this forum post. You'll have to forgive me, chat. I got latticed. Yeah, cool. And I can technically kill Karn. I don't know why I'm bothering, but I will try to kill Karn. All right, they have no cards in hand. Why would they? What am I even doing? How about I play a Flicker Wisp? Oh my god. Don't make me do this. Come on. Oh wait, I have a Katama Priest to play. Oh my god, I was trying to click their Flesh Raker, and yeah, okay. Whatever. Well, I was trying to exile their Flesh Raker. I totally was gonna win otherwise. Anyway, back to writing this forum post. All right, gang. Here's the thread. Upvote it. I couldn't help but go into probably way more detail than is needed, but I am just so flabbergasted that this came back while we were talking about it. Let's get rid of all these. Emperor Bone sucks a lot. I need to make 2 more cuts. Phantom Blade and Lion Sash. Sure. Yeah, this puts us in one of those weird configurations where Cauldrons are only equipment, but sometimes you just need a giant clock. Sure. It's got a Thoughtseize and a Wasteland and a Bowmaster, so I can work with this. If anybody's actually reading that forum post, let me know if I got a detail wrong. I definitely could have messed it up while typing in the middle of streaming. Fuck you, Mystic Forge. Get out of here. Their hand is nothing but mana. It's a lot of mana, but that's all it is, at least. They have 2 Planar Nexi, which is kind of annoying. I don't want to sequence this. I think I'm ignoring this vial. I'm just gonna flash and Bowmasters into their turn, and then I'm probably gonna wasteland one of the Nexi after that, maybe. Okay. Just more mana. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm literally not gonna bother wasting Planar Nexus. They have so much mana. Their hand is literally... It must be 2 lands, because any spell they would have cast here. No, thank you. Yeah, naturally. Let's rip Karn off the top, lattice me. For Mystic Forge, okay. Well, I don't know if that's better or worse. I guess the Forge is probably better, because if they lattice me, I attack the Karn down to 1, and then they need to... their next draw has to be something that keeps the Karn in play, or the lattice might as well have not happened, so I guess that adds up. So this Wasteland is probably just waiting around for Inar's Saga at this point. This Workshop, yeah, the Workshop makes 3 mana. They just have so many monoliths. Yeah, cool. Wait. Oh no, they made spawns. Never mind. That's what it was. I expected them to draw a card, and I was like, wait, I'm supposed to get a trigger. What happens? Sorry, Hurrian, I got nothing for you. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. sick. This deck is so normal and fun. Last team playing Omnicell, okay. All right, I'll keep it. On the one hand, chat, I get to file for comp on this league. On the other hand, I don't need play points anymore. I haven't needed play points for so long. Speaking of play points, we will do a play point giveaway after this match. Oh, are you familiar? You probably are. Are you familiar with the Yorion Containment Priest bug from like multiple years ago, where like if you blink out Containment Priest plus a bunch of other stuff, the other stuff will get exiled seemingly at random? Anyway, that bug's back apparently. It just it happened to me in the first match. I won the match anyway. It like didn't matter, but yeah, it was a moto bug that happened. It was true while like Yorion and Containment Priest were legal in standard together. Um, the way it's supposed to work is when, as long as your Yorion trigger blinks out the Containment Priest's static ability is not in play at any point that matters. So your creatures will come, all of your stuff will come back into play as long as the Containment Priest is one of the creatures that you select. Under this bug, it basically, the outcome is basically random. Like, I keep getting my Thoughtseizes forced. Okay, definitely playing Omnitel with Cunning Wish. Yeah, so as long as Containment Priest is chosen as one of the cards you exile, everything works how you as the Yorion player want it to. But yeah, so sometimes when you play it on Moto with this bug in play, the outcome is random in the sense that like I think what happens on the back end is Moto is putting each creature into play one at a time, and what's basically happening is they're coming back in a random order. So it'll go like creature 1, creature 2. Oh no, Containment Priest comes into play. Creature 4 and 5 are now exiled, which is not supposed to be the case because they are supposed to all. They're supposed to all come into play. I am very much autopiloting here, but I think Thalia into Bowmasters is probably smart. I'm just going to cast Bowmasters now while they're tapped out. Oh, hell yeah. Nice trophy. Congrats. Very glad to hear it. Now that's what I want to see. If Thalia and Bowmaster in play weren't enough, how about a Lauren in my hand? Oh, hello? Hi, StarCraft. What's up? I don't know why that happened. I was thinking that too. I literally launched StarCraft the other day because of our conversation. I was working on a campaign achievement that I hadn't gone because it's just kind of really annoying. I still only have one upvote. Come on. Everybody, upvote it. I'm like so barely paying attention to this game. I can't believe Jim Raynor was a fucking win trader. It's so messed up. I'm so disappointed in Jimmy. In case this wasn't enough, here's a Cauldra. Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's somewhat flavorful. I feel like he's an outlaw, but I don't think he's like a cheater, you know? I mean, win trading, I realize, is like it's essentially cheating, right? It's the same kind of sin, I guess. Do you not hear music? It is supposed to be on, but OBS says it's on. There you go. Now it's on. All right, I don't have much for this matchup. These Emperors suck. The Lion Sash sucks. I think I just leave it at that, probably. I have had some spots where Phantom Blade is not horrible to have in. Like I said, it is Omni, though, actually. I'm supposed to cut these plows. These as creatures that can literally attack is probably better than anything else I could be doing there. Yeah. This hand sucks except for the part where there's a Witch Enchanter in my hands. I don't think Witch Enchanter in my hands and nothing else is enough. But I think it's worth thinking about for a second. I think if this Skyclave were a 2-drop, I would probably keep this hands. But as is, I'm gonna look for something better. This is it's better enough. You have to get tap land on turn 1. Do not want that. Ooh, something I can wasteland, huh? Yeah, I'll wasteland that. Definitely a matchup I'm mostly happy to aggressively wastelands. Ooh, another. Can I draw a land here? No. So I'm a little more gun shy on this wasteland now that I didn't draw a land here. I think I'm gonna hold up Bowmasters this time. Okay. You got Veil Summer. Okay. Good for you. At least I've got a threat in play or whatever. And if they cast Show and Tell, I get to put in Disruptor Flute and then think for a minute. I think what probably happens with Disruptor Flute is we name Cunning Wish and then hope that they don't have Force of Will. So when they go for an Emrakul, we can Solitude it. I think. I don't know for sure, but that's where my head is at. But let's make them cast the Show and Tell before I think that far ahead. Excuse me. Goodness. The One Ring? What is this? Wee woo. I guess I'll play Thalia. Stock of 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 damage and 10 power in play. Wait, are they just dead? They haven't made a land drop, but like, what are they going to cast off of 1 mana? I guess we'll see. But it certainly looks like they're dead on board. I guess we'll see what they can do in their upkeep with the One Ring trigger on the stack. That's all I can think of. I'm gonna waste them. Yep. All right, cool. It is giveaway time. What's the code? It's the bug. All right. The code for the giveaway today is the bug is back. I still can't believe that this is happening right now. You know what? I'm going to post on Blue Sky about this real quick. All right, cool. Posted that. 5-star wins. I send it to Edric. All right, cool. Got it. All right. Gonna get in the next match. We will pull the winner for this play point code at the end of this fourth match we're about to play. Oh, to usually explain what it is for those who aren't aware. It's 120 Magic the Gathering online play points. Get our codes from our friends over at Daybreak Games. Yeah. Please type "the bug is back" into chat if you would like to be entered into that giveaway. Noted. Yeah, can everybody please tell me which user I'm supposed to send the code to if you win? Just to be clear. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Also, what's being on the play? I've never heard of it. This hand is pretty stinky. This hand has the possibility of being better, at least. I think I would rather have the Sash than the fourth land, in case it is a Sash matchup. We'll see. Looks like it is, in fact, Moonstompy. Well, got good news for me. Got really good news for me. Hey, Frabjous Days, how's it going? Hope you're doing well, friend. Oh, that's all I got? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna get formal wear. Formal wear is just too good. I will not block. Yeah, you got it. Please put another permanent into the graveyard somehow. That would be nice. It's fine if they don't. I'll probably use Sash to trade with one, and then I'll formal wear Sash next turn. Is this Fury? Okay. That works pretty well for me. I hope their other card isn't another Fury. That would probably be the worst case scenario, but I'll take this trade. Get Stoneforge this time, probably for... Oh, Cauldron Blade. I probably want Blade here. Yeah, let's go for Blade. I don't think I want to block this Magus if they attack with it. They don't attack with it, so I don't even have to think about it. Cool. Another Fury. No, Chalice on 2. Oh, okay. Kind of annoying, but I can manage. That's an interesting draw. I'm gonna hold on the Phantom Blade in case I need to do something like kill a what's it called? Broadside. You got it, friends. Ooh. Now that's an interesting one. I'm not even sure I'm supposed to cast it, honestly. I probably am, though. Just as a good use of my mana, because I can Skyclave the Chalice, put Yorion into my hand, and the next turn I get to eat something else with Skyclave and not even give them an illusion with it. Yeah. I could also take their Chrome Mox to be better against a top deck Fury. That might have been better. Because I'm not really going to cast these 2-drops anytime soon. I mean, 2 of them I'm literally not going to cast. But okay, cool. We got there. Bring in all of these. My general MO in this matchup is just cut as many black cards as I can. And I think this will work. Yeah. Honestly, there's an argument for keeping in Bowmaster over Emperor because Emperor requires 2 black mana, which is basically infinity. No, the black cards are like good in a vacuum. It's really just about like the number of hands that can get messed up because you have to get a basic swamp instead of a basic plains. It's higher than you'd think. These cards absolutely have value. It's really just about like making my mana as stable as possible against Blood Moon. That said, I don't think Bowmasters is that good. It has its spots, but it's kind of awkward to make it do anything meaningful. If a Blood Moon is coming into play, it's probably coming into play on turn 1 anyway. But this is a great example of the kind of hand that like makes me wish I didn't have that many black cards in my deck, because if they don't play a turn 1 moon and I fetch a basic swamp to cast this Thoughtseize, it basically means I have to take a Blood Moon if they have it. Whereas if I was getting a basic plains, I could probably let them cast a Blood Moon and it wouldn't matter, you know. Okay. Do they know this card has flash, right? Okay. In this case, I'm just gonna take a Fable. It's like okay versus Fable. It's not that good though. I think taking the Shatter Skull has pretty high upside, but it is also very high risk because our hand doesn't actually deal with Fables very well at all right now. That's why I wanted to get rid of a Fable as opposed to the Shatter Skull. And let's be real, it's not like they are short on red sources off the top, you know. But yes, it is certainly a high upside. High upside option. I just know what's going to happen if I do it. They're going to rip a red source off the top and we're cooked. Fury pitches a Pyroglyph. Okay. That's pretty much fine by me. Okay, sure. Okay, that helps a little bit. It means I don't have the mana. I have to let them get a One Ring activation, which is kind of awkward, but I think I have to let them draw an extra 2 cards so that I can answer the Fable and then I can flute the One Ring after that. And I can Wasteland here if I want to. I think I actually probably do. Well, I guess they're going to draw 3 cards next turn, so Wastelanding is probably it's probably not great for the same reasons it wasn't great before. Also, they have Urza Saga on their deck now. I have to keep that in mind. So I think we're going to just surveil here. Any removal would be good. Caracas, I don't think I want right now. Got him. Very likely to take this trade. Yeah, I'm taking this trade. Yeah, it's possible I was supposed to just take the high upside play given our hand. I don't think the Thalia matters a ton when they have a Fury in their hand for what it's worth. Goodness. Again, that card has flash. Wow, that is. We're gonna. I guess we're saving that, right? Yeah. Honestly, maybe it's just solitude fodder. Okay, I'm including the One Ring, playing Wasteland, and probably not. Yeah, I'm not. They're gonna man off the Goblin Shaman. Yeah, I'm not supposed to use this. I would much rather have the option to like. I guess Wrath of the Skies for 3. Oh my god, stop. Wrath of the Skies for 3 is maybe a non-starter when they have a One Ring in play, and my flute is the only thing stopping it. But like, maybe we have to. Look at this fucking board. Okay, so I think I'm gonna Wrath for 0 here. Wrath for 0 clears both shamans, the 2 treasures. I can swords 1 fable. I only need to draw 1 lands to solitude the other. Yeah, this looks right to me. I may be supposed to overpay there, actually, because I'm not doing anything with this mana. They discarded a Fury to their reflection, to the chapter 2, so that's something. Shadows. Oh, right. Again, Urza Saga. Duh. Speaking of Urza Saga, guess maybe I'm supposed to Wasteland that, actually. What? They just took they took 2 damage for no reason. Okay. Okay, I'm a little bottlenecked on white mana, but we can Skyclave Reflection, Wasteland the Saga. Am I actually supposed to Wasteland the Saga? It might be that I'm not supposed to. I think the risk is too high though, because if they draw any mana source, it starts being yeah. We're supposed to get rid of this. It would just be nice to have hard cast Solitude up still, but I think we might effectively race them through this One Ring though. Ooh yeah. Okay. They're gonna equip. You got it. I'm gonna put them up to 7 life, attack them down to 5. Oh. You don't say. Take this. Hell yeah. All right. We're gonna wait 1 minute. We're gonna wait for mine until my clock says 10:36, and I will pull the winner of this giveaway. Get in. Type the bug is back into chat if you'd like to enter. You have about 40 more seconds to win this code for 120 play points on Magic the Gathering Online. Excuse me. Would I rather this version instead of Felia Bailmerk? So I have tried the Felia version multiple times. I do not like it. It's let me pull this giveaway real quick. High Star. Your code's going to Edric, right? That's what you said? All right, sending it over. Give me 1 second. All right, there you go. So my what was I saying? Felia Overlord. Those builds are good. They clearly are strong. Yoshiwada is crushing with that list like every other weekend for a good reason. I just couldn't get it to work for me, and I consider that a personal. That's just like, you know, am I cursed? Am I doing something wrong? I don't know. I just found that like every time I drew Felia, it was weak for all of the reasons that I think that Felia is a weak card that was very overrated at the time that it came out. Every time I draw Overlord, I'm casting an impulse at sorcery speed that whiffs 20% of the time, and then I die before it becomes anything else. I just found myself pretty much only drawing Overlord and Felia in isolation, never getting the two to come together, and the two cards on their own just really floundering as opposed to playing cards that are just individually work. Um, so that is my perspective on it. Yeah, so that's why I prefer playing a deck that looks like this. If you are getting into, if you know, this is, I'm not speaking to you specifically, but just like anybody in general, you should probably play a Felia Overlord list. But if you happen to run into issues like the ones I'm describing, then you can come to me for help. So, finally playing its lands again, huh? Potentially, at least. If I had more lands in this hand, I would keep it, but this is bad. This hand is pretty good, actually. I'm gonna keep this. How much do I want to bank on the idea that they are playing lands? That is the question. I think I can just keep this and put the Wisp back, though. That seems fine to me. It's lands. All right. Pachuca Bog, Urza Saga. Rumble. Maze Wasteland Exploration Cage. They take Wasteland. Okay. It really wouldn't be a me stream without a fucking lands game. It's all right. It's fewer than the 3 I said when I in the on Blue Sky. I was like, clearly I'm going to play against 3, but I'll take just 1. That works for me too. Pros and cons. It's hard to talk about it in the specifics because I think it tends to be a little bit matchup dependent. An example of a matchup where you definitely get a benefit having that combo is Moonstompy, for example, because Moonstompy does not have very much instant speed interaction and also has a very hard time just killing a 5/5. And if you assemble that and just have us and you just like get to like machine gun solitudes at them every turn, that's like really strong. It is in combo matchups in general. It's a way to assemble. It's a more consistent way to assemble a clock, which tends to be a pain point for the Black Splash at times. What else? I think those are the main draws, I think. What do we hit off of this? Skyclave. Interesting. I could Skyclave this Mox Diamond. That's probably worse than Skyclave in the Exploration, I guess. I guess do I even I guess more importantly, do I want to do that versus yeah, I guess I can't. I don't want to count on formal wearing it when they can wasteland me here. I think I'm supposed to hit the Mox Diamond. They can get a Mox off of the Urza Saga, but that it makes them do that. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in my graveyard. All right. This deck is definitely a worse exploration deck. It will suck if they like assemble a loam engine and then start really using exploration, but it's notably harder for them to do that when I have an Emperor Bones in play. It's also just putting a decent amount of pressure on them. Probably the most questionable part of this would be like if they have Shadow Spear in their deck, but most lands lists that I've seen have Lava Spur Boots over Shadow Spear, so yep. They get boots. Okay, they get boots, but notably didn't. Oh, they drew a Mox Diamond. Okay, and then Urza Saga. Is that a life from the loam then? No, crop rotation. Oh, they're just leashing me. Okay, well that sucks. Well, I don't know which of those they drew off the top, but it's pretty messed up. Whichever it was. All right, Wrath of the Skies, get in here. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye to like all these. Yep. I think I've done. I think I haven't fully landed on an exact plan here. I haven't been bringing Leyline. I have in the past because there are a lot of cards you really want to cut, but man, drawing the ley lines just sucks so bad. Stoneforge is pretty good. This hand has stable mana. There's a lot of things this could lose to, though. We don't really have any, like, we're not doing anything to Saga or Merit Leish here is the main problem. Like, Stoneforge by itself doesn't really do a whole lot. Oh, sorry. Too late for that. I have to turn that off. That's my bad. I think I probably have to mulligan this. Yeah. This hand is very wastelandable, but otherwise looks okay. I'll keep this. I'm going to bottom the Skyclave, I think. Yeah. Just please don't wasteland me. No wasteland. They do have flute for my vial, which kind of sucks, but doesn't really matter because this is always taking exploration. There's just like no real other choice. The hand is kind of mid otherwise, though, so that's nice. Oh, I'll keep another Thoughtseize. You probably have a hard choice between Rumble and Flute here. I'm guessing they go for Rumble. Yeah, okay. They find the Loam. Loam stage too. This is actually kind of rough. Can I bin my Thoughtseize now? So I think I have to play Emperor to exile the Loam. Oh, they don't take stage. They take Mox Diamonds. Okay. And they've been a Beseiju. So I know that... It's this plus something I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to know it, though. Did I click away something I shouldn't have? I think I must have I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to know the whole hand, unless. No, sorry, right. They have a land drop from last, or a draw step from last turn plus this turn. So that's what I'm forgetting. Is this flute on the vial? Probably. I wonder what else they're thinking about here. These Emperor Bones are not for activating, so I guess maybe they're thinking about blind naming Caracas or Wasteland, because unless the other card in their hand or their next draw step is like meaningful, the only thing they can really do here is just like play Caracas, turn it into a stage, and Lagos. So maybe they're thinking about like blind naming Caracas or something like that. Which might honestly be their best bet. I don't know. Oh, they just name Aether Vial. Okay. Here's the Caracas. Just give me a removal spell. Unfortunately, since I just drew 4 black cards, I can't recruit for a Solitude. Honestly, maybe I'm supposed to just cast Recruiter for Solitude here, because I think, yeah, I'm just making them go for it. I think the better way is just recruit for Solitude and make, like, I think they're probably supposed to just go for it anyway, but like, it's possible that they try to wait until they have actually no, that doesn't even. Oh no, right, because they need to use crop rotation to assemble the combo, right? So like, it means they basically have to wait until they have another crop rotation to get Sajiri step to protect the leash. Unless they are calling me on the bluff there. And I think I'm supposed to just recruit for Solitude and present strength. I think that's the important thing. But as is, I just make it clear that I'm kind of just dead. So I guess the next best thing I can do is just attack. Yes. Rewarded. I mean, rewarded for the attack, I guess. I think if I was Oh, they top decked Loam. Are you kidding me? Gross. Okay, now we're kind of cooked because they're just gonna go for it every turn. I would love for my vials to like ever work in this matchup, but they are turned off. I'm not sure in like the 500 matches against lands I've played recently, I'm not sure that I have activated my vial more than once. They get needled or fluted the second they come into view. It's absurd. Hey, nice. I actually have an answer this time. Did they draw a crop rotation? They did. Bummer we didn't draw a land. I guess no. We just needed did join up. No, this version of lands plays Shaziri Step specifically. They don't play Talon Gates because they really just want the step to protect their Mirror Lage or to force it through. So Talon Gates step is better than doing that than Talon Gates is. So oh, bummer. Lands takes one from me again. But alas, maybe someday we'll get to play a good graveyard hit against them. Honestly, I'm surprised my record still is as good as it is, given that like my main deck feels so bad against it, and yet all the games really feel mostly close, unless I'm just literally, unless I just have like nothing, which certainly does happen. But matchups mostly felt fine, especially with the second Wrath of this guys. But that is probably gonna do it for us tonight. Is anybody else streaming Legacy? My good friend Harain has not been around much lately, unfortunately. So it looks like he's not on. Yeah, it's a bummer. Taking a real quick scan, seeing lots of arena. Yeah, it's like all arena. Well, oh well. Oh, did he literally just go live? He did just go live. Oh my god, thank you for saving me. All right. Raiden, Haran, thank you everybody for hanging out. If you're new to the stream, I always play D&T in Legacy every Thursday and Sunday, starting around 8:30 Eastern. Looking forward to banner restricted announcement coming next Monday. Hope to see some changes, but we will see what happens. Hope you had a good time. Follow me on YouTube, Twitch, and Blue Sky. If please hold on. Oh, I should get the bug report. Hold up. Please go upvote this bug report on the Moto forums for me. Thank you so much. You're all the best. And I will see you next time. Let's go raid Haran.